Has he resigned? No. Who gave us Ruto? Who brought Ruto from wherever he was to be deputy president? Who nominated him as a running mate? It's Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
Who campaigned with Ruto in 2013 and 2017 twice? Uhuru Kenyatta. Who appointed all these cabinet ministers and cabinet secretaries that presided over the so-called corruption? Uhuru Kenyatta. Has Uhuru Kenyatta, who has been president for 10 years, recommended that they be charged in court? No. Has Uhuru Kenyatta fired anybody for corruption? Only Charity Ngilu, who is now campaigning with the same Uhuru Kenyatta to support Raila Odinga. So in other words, I'm trying to tell you, William Ruto is 1,000% better than Uhuru Kenyatta. He's smarter. He came from nothing. He's worked for everything he has. He's campaigning like crazy. And there is no reason whatsoever why someone can say that Jomo Kenyatta was qualified to be president, despite everything Jomo Kenyatta did. Moi was qualified to become president, despite the fact that Moi was Standard 4 dropout, but came from nothing and worked throughout his life too, and then tortured Kenyans, but was president. Despite what Kibaki did, remember Kibaki once told us that we could not defeat Kanu because Kanu was a Miguna tree that we could not cut with a razor blade, and was described as Kegoya, a man who had never seen a fence he did not want to sit on.
Okay.
So he became president. But now they are telling us that Ruto, whom they have not charged, whom they brought to the fore, whom they have been working with, who has worked throughout of his life to be what he is not qualified to be president.
Okay.
That is taking us for fools.
Okay. So, from where you say it, and I wanted to ask a direct question that I attempted to ask last time, Miguna. Having been in politics and practiced politics in the country, who is, if you were and you have a right to vote as Kenyan, would you vote for the deputy president?
No, that's not a fair question to me. Number one, voting is a right every Kenyan has.
Exactly, yes.
And voting is secret. You don't tell somebody who you voted for. You don't have to. In fact, it is illegal for somebody to violate that right and disclose who your vote is. So number one, I have only one vote. I have only one vote. So whoever I vote for, that one vote cannot make anybody president.
Yes.
It is the accumulation of votes that will make anybody president.
Okay.
But what I want to demystify is this.
Yeah.
This idea that Raila is good, Ruto is bad, that is false, fundamentally false through and through.
Okay.
There is nothing Ruto has done that Raila has not done. Raila is a thief. The same way Ruto is a thief.
Okay.
And I can prove it because I was his advisor and I saw him stealing.
Okay. So the case against the president was terminated. The Kenyatta case was terminated, but he has not been acquitted from the court at The Hague. I want to talk briefly, before I talk about if you will be running for any office this time round, I want to talk about the ongoing trial of lawyer Paul Gisheru. Do you think this will have an impact to the Deputy President William Ruto? Because this trial is really about interference of witnesses in his case and that of Joshua Rapsang. Do you think the outcome of this case will affect the running of Deputy President William Ruto?
I think people are suffering from amnesia. If you recall 2013, the Hague trial helped Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto become president. So, as far as Kenya's history goes, Hague is a good thing for a presidential candidate. It's never been a negative thing because Hague is a foreign court trying a Kenyan. They get sympathy out of that trial. So if you're going to hang Ruto on Hague, you better give it up. Because the same way Hague was not used against Uhuru Kenyatta, the same way Hague cannot be used against Ruto. But even going further, who killed all the Bungiki people? It was Uhuru Kenyatta.
We cannot confirm that. That's how many
witnesses? How many witnesses?
But what we know, I'll talk about what I know that time. Daktari, I'll talk about what I know, and you're a lawyer. What I know is that The Hague terminated the Kenyatta case, but did not acquit him. That is a fact that we all know. All those things will have come out in the Hague trial. We didn't have a complete trial, and that is an area I don't want to venture right now. Yes. If we are going to go that direction...
I was involved in the Hague proceedings, if you know. I was an expert witness at the Hague. So I am talking from a position of authority that you cannot impugn.
I know, but we will go with what the court says.
What I'm trying to tell you is this. What I'm trying to tell you is that it is unfortunate that the Kenyan media are trying to gloss over something so fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of Kenyans were killed, not just by William Ruto, but by Uhuru Kenyatta. It's a fact.
Okay.
So let us not play around with this. These are Kenyans' lives.
All right. We'll have an opportunity because it's a big thing. There is a trial going on. Let's see what comes out of that trial and then come back to discuss this. So I see we have a few minutes on the clock, and I can't let you go, Miguna, without asking you about your ambitions. You ran as an independent candidate. You captured the hearts of many Nairobi voters who voted for you last time. I know you've been forced away, and I'll ask you also a question about the former CJ William Mutunga. I saw you tweet about it. But are you running for office this time around, even though you're in the diaspora?
I intend to run for Nairobi gubernatorial seat.
Okay.
So I